We've seen some amazing things, but that, my friends, is something we've never seen.
Brandon Cruz wants advice.
Brandon Cruz wants advice.
Brandon wants advice.
Brandon Cruz wants advice. You have locked yourself into the playoffs.
Nice. Got it.
Talk with old Brandon Cruz wants advice.
Completely speechless, to say the least.
Man, I am honestly so baffled by that decision. Brandon Cruz wants advice. It's Brandon wants advice.
Green flag in the air. Brandon Cruz wants advice to the front.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this is the Brandon Cruz Daily Fantasy Podcast, and this is my video for the Hall of Fame game, the preseason game that is tonight. I have no idea if I'm going to continue this, at least for the preseason, because I can't do it for every game, because, it's fucking preseason. We got random guys started and everything like that. But I've got a good amount of notes written down for the Hall of Fame game. I mean, it's the first NFL game of the year. There's going to be people jumping in on it, looking up stuff, and I'm sure more information will come out tomorrow. I'm recording this at 1:27 a.m., so this is all stuff from, this is basically all the news from Wednesday leading up to the game. So if anything comes out today, look at that type of stuff, go with your own things, but this is how I'm approaching the Hall of Fame game. So first off, I'm just going to go off of who I like, what the deal is entering the game, and what's the stories from camp and everything. So I'm going to start off with Denver. Looking at their starting quarterback situation, I believe they're going to start 3 quarterbacks, but I'm only going to be looking at 2 of them. Right now, Kevin Hogan is the starting quarterback for the Denver Broncos in this one, and Drew Lock is the quarterback that I'll probably go in second. He has been Drew Lock. That is, Drew Lock has been better in camp and is quote unquote expected to be the backup for Joe Flacco by the time preseason is over. And Kevin Hogan has been doing poor in camp, at least compared to Drew Lock. They're supposed to throw in their third quarterback, but I'm not really focused on him because the game will either be far behind or won at that point in between. And look, I don't expect this to be a very high-scoring game. I'll get into that at the end when I'm talking about lineup construction for the preseason. But basically those are the 2 stories for the 2 starting quarterbacks or the 2 quarterbacks that I'm looking at for Denver. Now, Denver, I have a couple. I think I just have one. Yeah, I just have one wide receiver that I'm looking at, and that is Nick Williams. With Sutton injured, right, or he's resting injured. I doubt Emmanuel Sanders is going to play. Hamilton and Rivercraft are listed on the depth chart, but I'm not. I don't expect them to play, honestly. Other people that are on the depth chart for Denver include Fred Brown, Trinity, Benson, Lange, Winfrey, and McKnight, but I'm not interested in those guys. Nick Williams has been the star of camp right now, and typically whoever is the start of camp usually gets balls fed to them in the preseason because the coaches want to see if it's just a game or just a show, or if that's the real deal. Now, the running back situation for Denver, obviously Philip Lindsay is listed as the starting quarterback, and then it's Royce Freedman and Booker. Booker is also on the kick return special teams task for the game. So, if you want to use that as an excuse to use Booker, go right ahead. But I think, at least for the running back situation, I'll either be looking at Freeman or Booker, just in general. Now, Vince Fingu, I don't know, I can't pronounce his name worth a shit. You know me, I'm terrible with names. But the Broncos coach expects, this is what he expects, and what he's telling his offensive and defensive coaches is he's saying, hey guys, expect 65 plays on each side. So the way that he's expecting this game to go is, offense and defense will be on the field 65 times. And then he also said, it might shift here and there. One side might get more than the other. We'll just go off of there. This is just a game that we're using to see who the players are, see how the team's going, and basically that's how it is. But that's what he's expecting right now. So if we're going to count that right now, let's go by that analysis. So we're going to have 65 offensive plays for both teams, so you can look at it however you see fit there. Going back up to Drew Lock, He is expected to play at least a quarter for Denver, and if you look at that 65 plays, let's just say it is 65 plays. So what does that equal per quarter? So let me just get that right fast. That is 16 plays a quarter, basically, for the offense. So you expect Drew Lock to be on the field for at least 16 downs. And I mean, that is best case scenario if he's out there for a quarter. The same thing with everyone else. That's what I would expect. If they're rotating people in and out, I would expect 16 plays per player if they're stretching it out per quarter and all that type of stuff. Looking at Atlanta's offensive line, Julio is not going to be playing. The two quarterbacks that we are looking at is Matt Scarab and Kirk Benkirk. What an interesting name. I expect Kirk to be the quarterback that I would probably look at more because he is showing more hype in training camp. And I typically, like I said, I like people who are showing more hype in training camp. But Matt is certainly going to be, I believe Matt is the starter for Atlanta. Now, Atlanta has some more interesting stories from training camp. And honestly, guys, this is just all the stuff I was able to find coming up towards this. So, like I said, things may change. But right now, the running back situation is a busy one. I believe there's 5 or 6 guys listed as a running back on their depth chart right now. But right now, the guy that stands out to me is Brian Hill. He's been stupidly good in camp, both in running and in the passing game. I would be disappointed and highly shocked if they did not put him on the field a few times for Atlanta. Brian Hill is the running back I'm looking at. 2 wide receivers that I'm the 2 main wide receivers I'm looking at for Atlanta is Devin Gray and I can't even pronounce this. Ola. Whatever, I can't, no. His last name is Zacc. I can't even read my own fucking handwriting. Oh, what the? That's what I get for just going off too hard. Let me try and get this guy's name here. Zach. Wow, I was doing so well. What is his name? Olamide. That's his first name. His last name is Zacchaeus, or Zacchaeus. I cannot pronounce his name to save my life. He's number 17 for the Atlanta Falcons, wide receiver. So Devin Gray and him are the 2 wide receivers that I would be looking at to play. Now, looking at the running back position, will Freeman play? I don't know, probably play a run or something. But will Ito Smith, he'll be out there more than likely as a backup. I expect Ito and Brian Hill to at least get some time on there. So those are the 2 running backs I'm looking at. There is a tight end battle in Denver. I'm going to bring this back up because I just got to it. Between Troy Fulmerlin and Jake Butt. They are fighting for the 3rd tight end spot. Jake Butt has been better in camp, but I'm not sure if that's better as in coverage-wise or catching-wise, although I don't expect a whole lot of passing in this game, if we're being honest right here. Now, those are the players. That is my player pool. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I think that's 12 guys that I have right now that I'm looking for, and that's in my player camp for DraftKings. Now, looking at lineup construction, guys, listen, it's preseason, anything can happen, but there's 3 ways of me looking at this game, and there's 3 ways that I would see that you can logically approach it. 1, play all the quarterbacks that you think are going to play, or at least play the top 4 quarterbacks that you'd like, and then tie them either with a running back or a wide receiver, depending on what team you're looking at. So you could either go, like I said, all 4 quarterbacks, a wide receiver, and 2 wide receivers, or a running back. I'm not going to tell you who to put in the fucking captain spot, because, that's where it's going to be won or lost. put whoever you think is going to be the best play there. Or there's another way of looking at it. Play both defenses, because I think this is going to be an extremely low-scoring game. When you play defenses, especially in preseason, you have a higher chance for interceptions, sacks, fumble recoveries, things of that nature. So defenses are in play a lot right here. So you could play both defenses and then 4 quarterbacks again, or you could do 2 best quarterbacks, 2 wide receivers, or 2 running backs, and then both defenses, or 1 defense, wide receiver, quarterback, and things of that nature. Those are the ways that I would imagine people are going to construct their lineup. I will probably use 3 to 4 quarterbacks, maybe both defenses. I think that'd be the way to go. Maybe running back there. I'm gonna see what everyone's feeling like tomorrow. But guys, that is my preview on the Hall of Fame game. Listen, I don't think I'll be able to do this for every preseason game, because that takes a lot of time looking up all these people. But I will certainly do this during the regular season for the NFL. I just wanted to show you what it would be like, and wanted to get this out there because I'm up. And yeah, guys, thank you for listening. Check out my Eldora Truck Series race if you are interested in that, and best of luck, guys. Enjoy tonight. You got Truck Series and the NFL playing. Don't get married to your money, and I will see you guys in the next episode.